John Dramani Mahama in 2016, and Yakotwaba, John Mahama and the NDC, they lost 2016 elections. It was a very difficult one for John Mahama. It was difficult for some Ghanaians because some people saw the good works that the NDC were doing under the leadership of John Mahama. Some Ghanaians too also thought that, hey, they were not too impressed with the John Mahama and NDC year around a year 2016. So election 2016, John Mahama and the NDC, they lost. Now, what happened was that John Mahama and the NDC they went back to really look at a year governance, things they did right and things they did wrong. They took their time to analyze mistakes. Now, when they came into opposition, or they went into opposition, majority of Ghanaians started analyzing the NDC, the leadership qualities of John Mahama, what the NDC did that we did not pay attention to, and then you share senior atro bia nipe. And the funny thing is, it wasn't just about people saying, say, the NDC worked. There were evidence all over the place, footprints. There were blueprints of NDC, Ejuma Muyeye, and John Mahama, Atamils, JJ Rawlings, ABC, a year time, John Mahama, lose elections, NDC lose elections. So it was a tough one. But for 4 years, NDC went into opposition with their chest out. They went back a little bit of problems here and there. They took their time. They solved it. They sat down and told themselves, it is important we put ourselves together as a team, as a party, as a unit, and then sell our message to Ghanaians because there's still some quality in us. Leaders like Asiedun Ketia, John Mahama himself, we got new people coming on board, Fifi Kwete, young men, energetic men like Sami Jemfi, we saw Abbas Nuruddin, Asafo J, we saw some new young ones, Elekem Kotoko, we saw some of the guys who were good with their data and also making sure that they took records of it and they say Yahira Kuku. We saw some of the ladies also on the street. Hanabisi Umo were on the ground. We saw Obobia Dakon and the rest of the ladies who were all over the place. There's little lady, young girl, and the UK embassy. This very young lady, very energetic lady. We saw all of these people all over the street, all over the place, working hard. There are people, Grandpa, you have forgotten their names. So many people, some of them along the way lost their lives. All these people came together. In Kwara, in Penny4, they all came together. They took an oath and said they were going to bring the NDC back to power. Now Ghana we're looking for a government or a party that will do what? That will guide them, bring back the love, and also start building the nation again. So 2017, 2018, 2019, we saw the NDC picking up the pieces. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman came into the light in Penny4. Sibio Omonimu Enyam came, and the young ones looked up to them. These were people, not Nipebi Etiomo. So you got some of the old guys in the party. Obi to say, Mr. Kobnado, they also helped. Oba Council of Elders, all this in Penny4 to Tobi Kwache. You can see Alaji CD. All of these people came together, they sat down and said, we need to make this happen. People like Kwamina Ahoy, Adwoa Ahoy, all these people came together and said, the NDC needs to go back and serve Ghanaians. The NDC, they are the only people that can serve this nation. So the young and the old from 2017, they all put their differences aside and said, we need to work as a team. We need to take the Ghana that we started building back and make it better. So you saw young ladies, Beatrice, I can't even mention so many of them, all of them. A resolute woman like what's her name? This woman who used to be the former. So many names, you know what I mean. The president's special aide, the president's president's cousin or sister. What's her name? What's her name? Team, help me with the names. This very wonderful lady worked so hard. Kwacho Fosu, Standogbe. We saw lots and lots of people all putting their energy, their mind, their wisdom, everything to make sure the NDC comes back to power. So it wasn't easy. Joyce Bawa Muktari solid woman, always on point. They did everything. Shamima Muslims, all these people were in the limelight, working hard. Some of them were working undercover. They didn't really want to show working, but they were really working on the ground. All of these people did every single thing to make sure, say, John Dramani Mahama came back to power. It wasn't easy. In 2020, the NDC were back with John Mahama and Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. Beautiful, solid team. Get me the campaign songs. Now, 2020 wasn't easy. The NPP almost had a tasty power. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Gabi Ochredakon, Bedie Tuo, Oforiata, all these people, they were hungry for power. For 30 years, they always wanted to suck this nation dry. Chairman WONTUMI, we know that these are dangerous people. We handed power over to them. Bawumia from 2014, 15, 16 lied through his teeth. So when he was given power, Ghanaians were expecting, say, dollar worth 3.4. No, Bawumia was going to take the dollar to maybe 1. So 2017, 2018, 2019, na afei to me abeye MPP for day. Now they wanted to take control of the three arms of government. Akufo-Addo took over the judiciary and also took over the legislature. When you go to parliament, you see Michael Kwe and his people suppressing every single person. When you go to the judiciary, we saw Enini Yabua leaving and then bringing in Osno Maame Tokonu, making sure that we Ghanaians at a point, knew who we were. They told us, if you have a Ghanaian passport, it did not qualify you to be a Ghanaian. So we were in a dilemma. Ghana, we were struggling. We did not even know who we were. It was tough for us to believe, say, a Ghana for, because birth certificate did not cut to make you a Ghanaian. A passport did not cut to make you a Ghanaian. At a point, they said even the Ghana card wasn't what was the right document to make you a Ghanaian. So we were in our country, but we looked like slaves. For 4 solid years, we saw people deliberately destroy the democracy of this nation. The NDC were on the sidelines campaigning, telling Ghanaians the truth. John Mahama on the Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, they split the nation into 2. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman started from the lower part of the nation. John Mahama started from the upper part of the nation. They were sending the message across. They were telling Ghana for the NDC can come and change the lives of Ghanaians. The truth is what we need. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, with all her experience, on my Ghana for what I say, John Mahama, it was tough for John Mahama before he lost power in 2016. The damage that was done to John Mahama, the damage some people, politicians, Safo, the damage that was done to his image as a human being, the damage that was done to himself, his family, his wife, the damage, it cut deep. It wasn't even just about politics. It's about targeting a family that this man has built. People who were his friends, people who he believed could have helped him sustain power and rule this nation diligently. Some of them technically backstabbed him. They stabbed him in the back. Some people became enemies overnight. John Dramani Mahama, it was tough. To clean John Mahama from 2017 to 2020 wasn't easy. The media was hijacked. You could not go out there and speak your mind. The atrocities, the suppression. You could not speak against the Akufo-Addo administration. But John Mahama said he is from Gonja. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman is a fanti. They told themselves they were going to fight, they were going to speak the truth, they were going to send a message across. The media was hijacked. You could not speak. People like us came in. We said to ourselves, until Ghana is taken away from criminals, murderers, we will not stop. We also added our voice. We supported John Mahama. We supported Nana Opoku-Agyeman because we have that belief in them. 2020 elections, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP saw that Ghanaians, you drew that point where we know they were tyrants. They were destroying the nation. They were stealing and they were disrespecting the rule of law. 2020, they shot 8 people. People were killed all over the place because they didn't want to hand over power to John Mahama. The election ended up in court. The Chief Justice then, some of the judges then said we needed to hear both parties to know who actually won election 2020. And yet the leader or the referee in the elections, your friend EC Jane Mensah, you catch and say Umbra Court. Now Umbra country Ghana for say why in the win elections till date. Jane Mensah told Ghana for say she was not going to appear in court, and that election results are 10 no on the or the elections no ama Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So in 2020 we did not have an official election results from the EC. The court also did what? Told us to go to the UK. There's something called the Black Book. The election petition na ewo court no, the Supreme Court of Ghana, under the leadership of Adwoa and Tokonu, who was also on the bench, they told us to go to the UK. There is a book, some white man atro, your friend, the Black Book, and no, and yankope interpretation in film. Yatna Kromwa, people were angry. Ghanaians got pissed off. The respect that basically we gave the president and also the party, MPP, you know, it was shattered into pieces. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo forcefully took power from 2020. A tyrant ruling like a Democrat. What happened was that at that point he became more comfortable and now he decided to become more crazier. From 2020 to 2024, it was crazy. People were being arrested. People were being shot. People disrespected the rule of law. Parliament was hijacked. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as the president, his own Attorney General Godfrey Dame was cutting deals. He was caught on tape. So many things happened in this country. The country was messed up. We could not speak as a people because some group of people, they opened the forest, they entered our forest, they were bringing in weapons. Chairman WONTUMI, Samia Uku, Kojo Ponkroma, Professor Frimpong Boatia, or the head of a sector, now lands ministry, no, or throw a report, come out president say, Nipa way na essence aseno, in the 2 weeks, and a president say be a forest, they say, Omonsanura forest in him, na Omonkotu Gala. Nayati Kroma from 2017 to 2020. Mahmoud Bawumia Kachere said, "Wa lucky dollar no." So after NPP won election 2020, we thought to say dollar no, Bawumia was still going to lock the dollar. It started rising. Mahmoud Bawumia decided not to speak on air the economy again. Mahmoud Bawumia and his wife decided not to speak on the economy again. Now Bawumia became a digitalized man. Because of lies, atro into that economy in Wasem. Dollar that was given to the MPP in 2016 at 4.3. In 2024, the dollar was hitting 18. Now people started getting scared. Businessmen were getting scared. All the way around 2014, 2024 October, businesses had collapsed. Multi-million-dollar companies were folding up. People who had money, their capitals were basically dying. They did not know what to do. Prices of goods and services was out of the roof. Ghanaians were scared. There was so much tension in the system. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was not showing any sign that he was ready to sell. The people felt that we are stupid. The NPP, Mahmoud Bawumia, also came in and said that he is smarter than Akufo-Addo. He had 33 policies that have brought us from 2017 to 2024. The dollar is now 17. Yakacha Bawumia said the 33 policies and the economic management team or head, he is not intelligent enough to lead Ghana. The NPP insulted every single person in Ghana. They disrespected chiefs. Your national anthem, not president on the phone so. Your national anthem, not president Bajin on the phone so. Your national anthem, not president. Instructed the minister say, "Uncle di penina term if you say or hine no humfano." We saw all these things happen. A country. Yatna Kromha, Yakofa, Mikimel Baye, the Jubilee House, a month for Benum Ri Woho, Mukobo, Nyomka, the F word. We sat in this country. You a year or Maya Nipebi, Area Musika, Bank of Ghana, Boka, 60 billion. We asked for the money. We could not find any money. Yenya COVID-19 Sika funds close to $4 billion till date. We cannot recall. Say Obi Etumi said the $4 billion under MPP. All of these things happened. All these things happened. Ghanaians still were quiet. The anger na we nipem na edwadifo ayedin na ahemfo ayedin asofo ayedin Ghana imbebunu no ma yedin free SHS in Kwarako school no mu die aduane bone na omuwu in Sembebresi people were screaming. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his family, they were insulting and jubilating. They had already taken over all our resources. PDS and they did not care about how we felt. Great chiefs and kings were disrespected. The rule of law was stepped upon. These people in 2024, they were going to take power. Brian Champo Jina and the Krom Kachre Ghana for say, and the Diomubaya Bia Abonipatu Ajitumi no Yankai Eye Ayawasu West Wagon. They will not release power today, they will not release power tomorrow, they will never release power. They put a lot of fear in Ghanaians. They scared every single person on the street of Ghana. The military was being weaponized. The police were weaponized against the people. Ghanaians were scared. We did not know what to say. Majority of the people at night all watched my show quietly and told themselves the day will come. So many people at the end of the day were quiet because they knew their plans. They had already planned what they would do. Now the Dankweku Fuadu in the Busian, they were looting. They were speaking to us like we are children. They were insulting us every single day. They did not care. They did not respect us. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they did not give up. 2020 to 2024, John Mahama was still roaming around the nation, talking to Ghanaians in small numbers, telling them that I have been here before. These people were lying to you. Give the NDC power and that Ghana will change and that I will do things better. I have been here and I know the inside out. Ghanaians were listening. Ghanaians were looking at John Mahama's body language. They were listening to a man who had purpose. They knew, so with John Mahama coming into office and Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman being his vice, they knew they were going to be adults in the Jubilee House. So many people had made up their mind all the way in 2023. They were scared because Nana Addo Dankweku Fuadu was ruling, a tyrant who basically ruled and acted as if he was a Democrat. So many people were scared in Ghana, but they waited. They were quiet. They were listening. Ghana for eto efa omobua omontonentem. In the time John Mahama eye campaign, oko oba, okasa, na manfo edi ne ho fel, amanfo edi na tem no, he stood still. He was very resolute. He told Ghana for what he wanted to do.
I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we're making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we are not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so, we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard, day and night, to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader.
John Mahama, no, your campaign. Okacha said 4 years of a good leader. 4 years of a good leader. It will yield more results than 8 years of a bad leader. The NPP were still insulting him. He was telling the people the truth. There was so much anger in the hearts of Ghanaians. Ghanaians were quiet, but they were pissed off. We could not even talk as brothers and sisters. The anger, the clear abuse of power by the Kufuor administration, Mahamudu Bawumia, Bawumia's wife, Chairman WONTUMI, all these people, the exhibition of foolishness to the highest level. Ghanaians were angry. They did not say anything, but the NDC made sure that they could communicate with Ghanaians through their adverts, through their messages on different platforms. Ghanaians resonated. They understood what the NDC they were saying. So you felt how Ghanaians actually embraced when anytime the NDC spoke about hardship, how they wanted everything to be done in a certain way. Not NDC, MPP for Ntiomo. It is important. Say about reflected all the time. So Ghanaians were listening. Now you tie message, you know. Now Mahama at a point in 2023, 2024. Now, you could see that he was tired. So, original stage in Okasa, it was hard for you to even hear. You could see Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman. You could see not bra or bre, just to hop on one car, hop in the other car, go around the nation at her age. All because they wanted to take back the democracy and then hand it over to you. They wanted you to be happy. They wanted you to have that belief in your country again. At a point, now Mahama nan hokra mobo. At a point, Professor Nano Pokwajiman nan hokra mobo. You could see that they were going down there to tell the people this was the last chance. And that say jaiwe manekwa our democracy. Ejuma kwa nkruma mu ye ejuma ye gina ye no, it will go down the drain. But remember, they were preaching message it carried hope. Because without hope, nobody would believe what you were telling them. So they made the people know, say, baby a NPP for the Ghana be do. Oma botu, oma say o mino, oma de nimtia abre o mine constitution. No, we need to still believe. We need to have hope that if we are able to make the right decision, 7 December 2024, things will change for the better. So their message, it was about hope. Nano Pokwajima at her age, now a pray. John Dramani Mahama at his age, now a pray. At a point, Munyina Musha John Mahama Okasakura na wonte. At a point, na John Mahama Jina wenim no Okasa, you could not even see his eyes. At a point, you could see, say, what this man was doing was not just because of politics. He was doing it because he was ordained to come and make sure, say, we'll be breaking that jinx. Nanado Dankwe Kufuado, MPP, Bawumia mo, area to Ghana for so. It was tough. But they still kept pushing the message. They kept pushing the message. Ghanaians were listening. Ghanaians were now picking the ones that they think will benefit them. But still, we were quiet. The NDC were still using the music, the songs. They were preaching the gospel through the music they were sending around. We were struggling. We were scared. That's the most important one. Every single person was scared. The big men and the small men in Ghana, every single person was scared because nobody could trust Ekufuado and Mahamudu Bawumia. No one in Ghana could trust Ekufuado and Bawumia because in 2020, Nana Addo Ekufuado, Bawumia, and the MPP, they killed the same Ghanaians to take power. So we were scared. We were scared. We were also doubting if we will come out even to vote for NDC. We were not even sure. But deep down our heart, we knew we wanted a change. We are not very sure that we could even take power from Ekufuado. Na yenjin disi ebejima aji 2 years for Ekufuado in same. Na the Ekufuado die fame no, the whole country we were going through some psychological trauma. Nana Addo Ekufuado took what we call the soul of the nation from us. We became slaves. We were looking around. Where is the hope? How are we going to get around this? The guy has taken over the military. He has taken over the police. He has taken over the judiciary. He has taken over parliament. The guy has taken over some corrupt chiefs and corrupt the men of God. How do you go around it? But you see, we still had hope. We still had belief that the country Ghana that was left for us by the Nkrumah and the Nananumno, we got to that conclusion, say it was our responsibility to save our nation. In the end, this focus on it, and so we were quiet in our rooms, we were quiet in our houses, in our offices, we were quiet in our cars. Yet not trotro mo bianca bibia. Yet not sorry them obiaku sekusheni trim. Yeshadema ye TV no obia kana samacheni trim. We were still listening to the message. Quiet near ye. We were asking ourselves, what is 24-hour economy? What is 24-hour economy? John Mahama is speaking about a big push. John Mahama is talking about changing Ghana. John Mahama is talking about the economy, talking about bringing the dollar down, bringing inflation down, making sure a kaya day as a nation or better. So there were so many things going on. We were confused. The NPP were still chopping our money. They were telling us John Mahama was lying to us. As I speak to you today, we can boast that the Abana Yetoden in 2024, no, it has not been wasted. 1 year to the passport office is running 24 hours. The Ghana port is running 24 hours. We have the DVLA running 24 hours. There are other government agencies rolling out 24-hour economy. Go to different sectors of the economy. We are talking about Ghana being under construction from Ho to Asantememu to the Yendi, all the way to a western region. Every single part of Ghana, roads are being constructed. We are talking about inflation. I bear inherited NDC from 53% today. Inflation single digit. We are talking about the dollar. NDC bar power. Now it was 17, almost 18. Today we are talking about a dollar lingering around 11 and 12. We are talking about a car now many Ghana and the Ghana car eswati. IMF for Abe assess the situation. Almost say from 2026 to 2027. You can't say dollar a bit increase, and I say you seek a $7 one de cost just 8%. And they could for 2024 na dollar sibio rate are increasing na about 23%. This is what we talk about progress. This is what we call about being optimistic, making sure the right things are done at the right time. When your friends say, "Watch your mind," it is John Mahama in 2024 December. Majority of us came out and said, "We believe in your word. We believe in you. We believe in what you have done, and we know you can do better." So from the north to the south, every single vote went to John Mahama. Obviously, there are some votes that will go to the MPP, but percentage of John Mahama a winning election 2024, 57% and over. No, we as I say, Ghana, we have come to that point where ma atro in the enemy. So truth at the end of the day prevailed. And so far for a year, we have lived with the John Mahama administration for one solid year, no major scandal. For one solid year, this government didn't go out there to Obroni to borrow. For one solid year, as we sit here, Ghana have seen how dollar no at the abedru form. For one solid year, Ghana senior Bank of Ghana, Ghana Sikasem. For one solid year, you go there, na MPP for atwashe so. Ye galamsey, say no, and there you took the gold board Obama, you structure how gold a bit to my benefit to Ghana. For one solid year, 9 months after Juma, and we are seeing improvement in the fight against galamsey. For one solid year, young people today in our senior high schools, various senior high schools, are not complaining of bad food. For one solid year, enquire omo JSS, SS, omo nyina enya sanitary pad, for one solid year, we have seen a massive improvement in the lives of a majority of Ghana for Sebio, na Jobu Bedikra ding, Omana Omudetri, Omudukofa, Nyoma Aberton Krana ding, and the Oko Abusu Kain, Oko Swame, Oko all the part of Ghana Yedija, a 24 Akume Muno, Mr. Ende, a Yachin, Nanono. For one solid year, we have had confidence, young Yebida. Today, people are able to speak their minds. People are able to go out there and share their thoughts. People are not being victimized. Today, people are happy in their skin in Ghana. For one good year, the John Mahama administration, Ghana said, it is not a perfect government, but it is one of the perfect governments we've had in our history. In Tienina, on December 7, 2024, we went out in Kwara, in Penifo, Apimfo, Embrewa, Enifrafo, Sebio Abafine, Sebio Nkrimofone Christopher, we all went out there and we made our voices heard. The voice of God, technically, is the voice of the people. Voxe Populi, Voxe Dei. John Dramani Mahama was made president. He won the elections, and Ghanaians were happy. And we are still happy. After 1 year, John Mahama and the NDC have proven themselves. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Good evening. John Mahama, NDC, 1 year.
Kevin, unye uko mnye fantini nyo.
Uko mnye fantini miteu.
Ofamu kobina aka remedies mfrefi ya Kpandai. Kevin, ene nyumbi mda wasida mensaka. Na mpede mnu shahinde. U program yon. Or one of the most listened and watched program in the whole world.
State of the nation.
Apart from Al Jazeera and then BBC. Now, Kevin, yes, me make some suggestions. Be amo say na efa no obo am first one. Me pede anke one another segment be back and one. Ebia there will be one other person like Ebia Safo and any other person. Or bet no Ebia or no bet discuss something about Ebia headlines no. Ewa or no discuss nanka why interactive kakra going forward, so you can consider that.
You see the difference between what I do and other shows in the day. This show is about you and me. Every day, it's also TV or Ghana. You always see 2, 3, 4 people talking, so you're like, it's a discussion. And you realize that by the time they are done talking for 1 hour or 30 minutes, you don't even remember anything any of them said. OTTO show. TV sunyina or Ghana. Political show. OTTO di pa ba ku mienu miensa. OTTO nya abotre show ni nyina me wie 1 hour na me busa say den pa no mo kan ya. You see, you struggle to understand the omo nyina kan because it's all about where everyone is coming from, their interests. What I do here is that I break the things down to you, and Miriam Makacha will say, go and search for the truth. So my job is straightforward. My job is educate, enlighten, inform. Miriam, then I tell you, say, wait here free me follow up and see, said the Mekano. Say, any pattern in your tea, and I said, we might end up, with all due respect, and so let's study this platform. Sibia, you plan a platform, we know. Hardly do you see me interview a politician on my platform. Hardly. Because then they make for MPP ni besia. Na me for NDC ni sia. Omu nyina be kasa say robots because they are all speaking and trying to protect where they are coming from. So why should I sit here and bring NDC to question NDC? Abra, I can go find out myself and tell the person listening to me. And when I finish, I'll do the editorial. And the editorial part is where I draw the line. You understand? The show is put together in a way more interactive than seeing other shows where 3, 4, 5 people sitting on it. It's a waste of time. But you see, you relate to this show because you are able to pay attention to what I'm saying. And Meka Sembia, hardly do you see anybody anywhere arguing, say, Kevin Taylor Kasemwe or Boa. Because when you listen to me and you even decide to do your own checks, you realize, say, everything I put here, everything I direct you to go search, and any document I give you, they are factual. And that is the purpose. That is the purpose I achieve, and that is it. I respect every single person on my platform in Koto, Free Mind, Ransford Kebuache, Saforo, all the guys we started with. They all have their unique skill. They all have their unique way of presenting their shows. They all have their way of basically communicating with you when it comes to Omushono. And I also have my style of doing things. So what I believe in is say, it is up to Ayawuna Awutieno what you are listening to, what you are looking for. If you are able to focus on that, you will get the message. And internet, so what's the deal? TV Subiano. Nobody, and out of the respect, I don't interfere in their production. I never call anybody. My friend will be daft. Never called anyone to say, then I'll cast him with NDC and I'll cast him TSMC. I don't. And I watch all the shows on my TV. And I know, because they always make sure say they are being factual on what they say. And it is not just hearsay and I say program. We strategically sat down to plan this program. And internet, the moment I'll be tuning in, and I say over start TM, you cannot stop listening because the program has been drafted in such a way, say you'll be glued to it. You will listen to every single thing, and then you will also, importantly, you will not forget the facts. And not forgetting the facts, and then the bad guy will making the right decision. So this show, he's been planning a way whereby me who so be start to say, oh, take everything like I say, me take everything for 1 week, 2 weeks, me jaiti. No. When you start to listen, you don't stop because you now begin to understand, say, this is what you want. This is what you want. This show is challenging your intelligence. This show is challenging the things you doubted. And that is what we have always wanted to put across, and also our listeners and viewers. A lot has gone into this. Myself and my team, every single day, we find ways. When I sit here, when the show starts, I have to be able to read the atmosphere. I need to be able to understand you at home, even though I need to be able to know how you feel, what you want to listen to. When I'm doing different topics, I know the topic I need to stay on for long. I know a topic I need to just brush. I know a topic I need to delve deeper and bring in some examples. I know some topics. So it is not just sitting here and talking. You need to read. Even listeners I've not met, I should be able to read their mood. I should be able to understand them. I should be able to let them know, say, I respect their intelligence. So it is not just me sitting here and talking. Senka, easier. You would have seen a lot of people do the same thing I do. And yeah, easy, sir. And I respect this question you brought, this suggestion you brought up. It is deliberate. This show has been drafted in that way, that manner. Boss, Senka, easy. So Obia new show, so Obia, you are able to speak on the issue. Uncle Obia bet my uncle, you see a lot of people doing it, but it's not easy. How many people do you see? Omwangasa production, OTTO show 3 hours, 4 hours, live TV. It is not easy. Even the traditional TVs, nobody can do a show for 4 hours. Nobody. From Joy News, TV3, whatever, nobody can sustain the production for more than 1.5 hours. Nobody. And remember, Omomuye show TV, so political talk show, 1 hour, 2 hours, no, advert 45 to an hour. Remember, this show is advert free. It is me and you. It is basically me explaining things to you, supporting it with facts. So this is not easy. This is not easy. I remember before election 2024, I gave 1 or 2 of my friends opportunity to speak, and it's not in Koto, it's not free mind. I'm going to mention, it's funny, every day I'm not going to mention the person's name. And Amika said, if you want to set up your own Facebook, I can help you. I'll put it on TV for you. I'll pick you. That, my friend, very eloquent, smart guy. Or you show no one day, second day, halfway in a show, and I'm a friend. I say, boss, I can't. And I'm today. I say, in 20 minutes, na men samasa. But I have a lot to say. But in 20 minutes, na men samasa. It is not a joke. 99% of the shows you watch on social media, YouTube, TikTok, they're all recorded. The live shows you even watch on TikTok, they are no substance. Because the people who are sitting there, our guests, our hosts, they don't even understand the topic they are discussing. There's no production behind it. They don't have any fact to even counter anybody and say they're all kind of, and these are the facts. They don't have it. And this is a lot of work. Every production costs me not less than $900. You know that? Yeah. So it is not, when I see people say, I laugh. I laugh because it needs what we call commitment. If you are not born to do this, you can't do it. If you are not born to be somebody with humor, somebody who is funny, if you are not born to be a communicator, if you are not born to be able to drive people along, you can't do it. You are rigid. And it does not matter the airtime you will get. You cannot do what we do. With all due respect, I have sometimes you can try. So one kasa, obeso Facebook is also now I kasa for 1 hour, another 30 minutes. Within 10 minutes, once I'm besa. And that is experience. That is consistency. That is knowing what you are doing. And me, I'm not going to stop anybody from doing what I do. So but I wish you good luck. Because you have to understand, the moment you decide to do this, you have to understand and say, you should be ready to save your family. You should be ready to save you, yourself. You should be ready to understand and say, you are giving about 50% of your life to this job. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. And make nobody think, say, what we do here, no, a kids play. And come on for bebrayebi. You won't conform start here, and you saw. 10, 20, 30 minutes. They cannot keep their focus up again. It is not easy. We saw it. So many people try to challenge me. So many people try to do what I do. And sometimes you watch it, it's like, how does this guy get it right all the time? Why is his production so solid? Why is his sound so solid? Why is his TV so solid? Why? It is because I have put a lot of money in this. From my studio, me do raho, Now me do the second studio. Now we share your my first studio said me check here. And I have friends who have been to my studio. It's going to cost over $300,000 worth of equipment. So it is not like Kevin Soyano Betna, Omo America, Omo Tesamiano. Why can't they build things like, let's say, mini studio? Why can't they do what I do? We think it's a joke because just to go on air with all your platforms running, with TV running, how you don't have the resource, it's not even going to work. Your data cannot even support it. Do you think it's just about putting a computer before you, putting a TV, a gaming machine before you, and connecting something and say, no, this is a whole production. No, you won't see anything like that. Sound is off. And unless me mistakenly, maybe I turn the sound off. This is a lot of investment. So don't underestimate what we do here. Don't think, say, you can just get up and say, because Kevin Taylor did be. You need to sacrifice your life. And God being so good, Onyankopon, I think he prepared me for this. I've been built from the beginning for this. I can do this show for 8 hours non-stop. I will not be tired. And I will not lose focus. And I will make sure I did that table, what I came to explain to you, I will do it. And Obiane de Onimie. Anything Messi is good at what he does, Cristiano Ronaldo is good at what he does. That's why I'm good at what I do. That is why if I see somebody trying to envy me and somebody trying to have an issue with me, because I come with something. What do you come with? And I don't give a heck about a politician because I don't need a politician to survive. I come with something in my hand. I don't care about somebody who is in power or out of power. It does not matter which political party is in power. I still control what I control because I have built something for myself. So I don't make a politician intimidate me because I believe in what I have built. And nobody is going to intimidate me thinking, sir, or the position and now where they sit. No, because I am not coming to the table empty-handed. I have worked hard to get here. I have worked hard to get to this point. And I'm confident in what I do. And I don't play with my job. I don't play with my job. But I need to work. I don't play with my job. So what study me? I'm somebody. Sometimes I crack jokes a lot. I do, but when it's my job, it's my job. And when you see me in person, you will not believe. Imagine say, I am not a Kevin you see on TV. That is me. My job is my job. My team, they are solid. When it comes to the job, we will do it. When it comes for us to joke around a play, we will play. That is me. I'm professional at what I do. Intimino, that is why I am not scared of anybody. It took me years to master this. It took me years to believe in myself. It took me years to understand what I am doing. It took me years to gather this courage to get to this point. It is not a joke. But me as a city, Kevin, it is done. No man can say be a platform and it is going to distract Kevin. It is going to make him slow down. It is going to take him his eye off the ball. Nobody. Because what I do, I'm not in competition with anybody. I do what I know best. This is what I do and I believe in it. So me, I don't get distracted easily. I don't, but I can distract you easily. I don't get distracted easily. Unless me person may feel. But when I decide to say, I'm going to be on you, and that is the power some of us yield. And it is the grace of God. I'm not more educated than 90% of Ghanaians, but the will of God. There are so many people who have tried so many things of my life, and I know most of them. But at the end of the day, so you cannot do anything. You can't. So we need to get this right. I am not tired yet. When I am tired, I will tell you. But answer na meka some agima home no, na my exhaust every single thing in John Mahama's brain until that is exhausted. I will never be tired. No. Into Zobi Kacha like Kevin Taylor is going to stop now. That person is making a mistake. I am not tired. And I'll make sure answer that this platform is done. Now there are 1,000 Kevin Taylors every evening we can watch and believe in. It is my job. And I'm not selfish. I will definitely get somebody to replace me. I will get somebody to do what I do better than me. I know. And I have that belief that at a point, I'll be on TV twice a week and that person will be on TV 3 times a week and you will not miss me. And I know it will happen. So I'm not tired yet and I'm not going anywhere yet. As far as me ya Ghana ni ba, me ma me ya Ghana ni, me papa ya Ghana ni, I am not going anywhere. It does not matter which political party is in power. Me, no political party anybody to affect my life. It's a party we ask into something of mine will get missing or out. No, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I've told Ghana for when it comes to party, I mean, believe say obube to me aje Ghana. I am an NPP person, but I believe in the principles and vision of the NDC. I carry an MPP card. I have paid dues to the MPP. But when it comes to being patriotic and believing in a party that can develop this nation, me hesitating, it is the NDC. That is why I want the NDC to still stay in power for long and the NPP to be a good opposition for long. That is my job. I have no problems with anybody. It is not personal. Me papante party, me mamente party. These are the facts. So if you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. Maybe I want it. If you don't like me, a call. My kids, they love me. My wife, she loves me. My mother loves me so much. My father loves me. My brothers. Into you not liking me, I don't give a fuck about you. All I want to do is to do my job and get the job done and the right thing done. Finito. I don't care. Because for a long time, Nana Minimo, I made it. So you or me knowing you today is not going to add anything. Into me, when I meet people, I don't ask you where you are from. I don't ask you in Tombe and Aobo. I don't ask you, maybe in the conversation you tell me, but I don't care. I don't care. Because we too quiet, no. Broni bia ni wa bonton. Broni bia ni wa oni ekuo we na nam. Broni bia ni wa mebusan say ebusuan be na obo. And so I was able to live with people outside Ghana and I made it. So it is not about where you are coming from. It's about, are you ready to let us think as reasonable people? You cannot distract me. I can distract you because I've been built to do this. Maka same way. If you are sitting somewhere else thinking you can distract me, you can't. By me ekobedu, I can distract you because I was built for this. And this goes to the NDC. Ye tumufo, ye damase, ye pampamo, ye mamu praises. Me ekwametihe, and this goes to the NDC appointees. This statement, it goes to every NDC appointee. I don't care who you are. I don't care your relationship with the president. I don't care your relationship with the president's wife. I don't care your relationship with the vice president. I don't care your relationship with the chairman of the party. I don't care your relationship with anybody in the party. If I catch you, if I get the facts that you want to embarrass John Mahama's government, I will sacrifice you. I don't care who you are. It does not matter who you are. If the fact gets to me, the second year you remain, and I get the facts, Maka, it does not matter who you are. For you to disgrace John Mahama there, we would rather sacrifice you for John Mahama to lead. And to me, I'm making it clear. I am making it clear here. I have no prize when it comes to politics. My allegiance is to John Mahama's wisdom. And that nyansan done it no eno ena menene wo chaka. So if you are not ready to work for this government and to push John Mahama's agenda, it is better Obekwaka Kachen and say he should sack you or resign. Media, I'm telling you. I am telling you from today. Because at a point, some people were stuck outside Ghana, sacrificing for people inside Ghana. I will never say Minkwana Miyejumama NDC about power. Every single person also worked because Sankwan Kotuabana and NDC Winnie. Kamekasa Yekasa na UGD na one to Abananka power number. So you have also done your part, and we have to keep doing it. Intermediate, I'm setting the record straight. It does not matter who you are. You can be the president's cousin, brother, sister, the president's wife's brother, sister, cousin. You can be the vice president's son's daughter. I don't care. So nobody should factor me in their political, saving your political life. No. If you don't want to have an issue with me, do what is right. Because I've got nothing to lose. My job is to make sure this man succeeds. Last, me catch them. So me nam tokrechi, adam biechi, na me say John Mahama is even speaking ill of me. It is not John Mahama that, and I have a problem. Me, what I worship about John Mahama is the wisdom I mine. So John Mahama can say whatever he wants to say about me. I wouldn't be pissed off. John Mahama can say he does not like Kevin Taylor. He doesn't even want to say, I wouldn't be. As far as his brain is ready to help, I will support that. And that is what I support. Intermediate, I've set the rules. Let us go into next year, God willing. Let us do what is right. Let us take our salary that we know we have to take. Let us not involve ourselves in anything sketchy. There's nothing like bad money. If you want a contract in the government, use the right channel. When you are giving the contract, deliver. Your mouth contractor say ya dear way. So when your contract na ya dear no. Do not go take a contract and decide not to do it. As I sit here, but nobody should steal from us. Nobody should steal from the people. Abamba obia wo ekwan obefa so enya contract obenya ekwan afa so enso edidi ama ebia omo hwe no. It is normal. I don't have a problem, but do not do it illegally. So person your contractor per contract to seek it the right way, and when you get the contract, do it. That is all. Nobody is stopping anybody from going for contracts. Nobody is stopping anybody from lobbying for a contract. Nobody is stopping anybody from getting something from government. You are human. You need to work. You are a contractor. You are a normal guy. You have an idea. You have heard that this contract here, you have to apply. You have to go through the process. When you get it, do the job and take your money. But don't ever think you are going to duplicate documents and at the end of the day, take government money and not deliver. I will not agree. I won't. So I will give 20 contracts now delivering. I don't have a problem with you. So I will give 50 contracts. Now so to deliver. Now say deliver ya. I don't have a problem with you. But Monsieur Kaun, now I will say, ube to me akwaji bibi wonye no afasika ne di. Me de bi amaka de oye ahwenhwema de no ontafre ne kwa ne nsa ho kwa. Wa we adwuma bia ma NDC ba power. I want the opportunity to seek for a contract to help you, to also build you. Seek for it. But do it the right way. So on Saka contract now, yeah. See me. Why we adwumadin bia the NDC ba power. We are contractor, we are DND you, also adwuma bia we when you be do it, seek for it, look for it, push. When you land on the contract, one thing, say 10 million at the now say 10 million at the fire. Because at 10 million, when you say they are on first home, Otto on first on a Juma. Man Jessica and Kasawa and Jumano. And no dear Chimau. And we all have to be ambitious. We all have to try and seek and find. There's nothing wrong about you trying to go look for something in government. But make sure, whatever you're going to look for, the mawa obey. Menya wa adwene say me koje diskano. Ene de obedem. Eno de obeden obedem. Me, I'm saying it. It is simple as that. It is all person okope bibi wa ban mu a. Hwehwe on krata, look for the people you think can help you push it forward. One saka deliver. Aban okoje aban contract. Obey kwan, obey supply, obey den. I don't have a problem with you. Make sure aban sika na ye de ama osefa ye adwuma we no, you will do it. Because also be adidi. But you cannot take advantage of the government or the people or the taxpayer, and they will not agree. It is our idea to work with government. Have that idea, say, ubeye jumano. And no. I don't have a problem with anybody. And when we come back, God willing, 2026, which is going to be very soon, in summer and the Yatewaha, we will follow up on all of these things. A man for Osha prosecution, a one call for Pakumaso, John Mahama Bino, and making sure say, a coup for the bush for the NPP from the Sikano, I was say a bino, a bon homodine, na omwe do Mujina court, no, I was say, ye dane, ye do court, na almost some kufia say. And a year police station agent, year a Jumama NDC for almost recruitment, almost a page. There's something we will address when we return next season. Yeah, Winiba MC so assemble. We will reach out. I'm in few West for so assemble by yeah Ejura MC so assemble by Ejura MC and so now assemble by. We also have Amasaman, Trade Junction, Huasem. We will also try and push for that near share and also answer Yebenya. Yase ahim for so one some by address ahim for some tepamahin Huasem by we will look at it. Chereponi for say Yendi any a year Chereponi equino they are concerned. I will say buying any coho. Other things, if you want us to discuss, you can go into our inbox. You have our email scrolling down there. You can send us an email. Next season, when we come, God willing, we will tackle all these things and make sure the John Mahama administration no juma ama menewo. In mebe ne de munja om life momo. MPP ye mebe. Ye grasshoppers. Your boy in mebe we and your boy MPP for. Ama dwene, it is not bigger than a grasshopper. So we should not waste our time on mbebe. They are foolish. They are very foolish people. Omuso mukotwaba, yenja omo no mukotwaba. Omuku omo yenja omo no muku omo. Police force munye on standby 31st edio mebotuo obi botuo obi twituo or somebody need they are murderers. The NPP, they kill and they laugh about it. So we need security. We need to make sure say a year or more elections now in January no ya bogana for home buying no beso obuku omo ho a obuku omo kra yanchi omuntum. It is very, very important.
The MPP of Darocha, Sakiskek, Victor Wusu, Kofi Buzia, Professor Edouard, Alajete, J.A. Kufuor, those men of value, those men of integrity are not what we have today. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas. I tell you without mincing words, the 5 people who are contesting, wanting to be flag bearers, are just sankwas.